Welcome to GRTV. These are the games to look for in the month of September. Like the first Tekken Tag did 13 years ago, Tekken Tag Tournament is looking to become the definite take on the series. It has the biggest lineup of fighters yet, a retuned combat system, and all the polish and little balance changes the developers have come up with since the arcade version was released last year. One gazillion guns and a wasteland filled with insanity for you to explore. Gearbox is taking a more is more approach and has made Borderlands 2 a much bigger and hopefully even better game than its predecessor. For the annual update of Codemasters F1 franchise, and this year they're adding a brand new Champions game mode in which you can take on some of F1 greats in pre-made scenarios. That means going up against drivers like Michael Schumacher, Kimi Räikkönen and Jenson Button to prove that you're the best F1 driver the world has ever seen. The latest World of Warcraft doesn't just include a new race, a new class and a great big new continent for you to explore. It also includes the biggest shake-up to class mechanics and skill trees since the original World of Warcraft was released. Add a bunch of fresh ideas and gameplay improvements on top of that, and Mists of Pandaria becomes a must-have for all WoW players. Another fall, another version of FIFA. So how do you improve on the biggest football game around? Unlike the major changes of last year's edition, FIFA 13 is more subtle. The first touch system has been revised, so mediocre players will no longer have the ball control like Messi. In general, you have to fight much harder to keep control of the ball this time around, with plenty of small refinements over last year's edition. Rocksmith is finally coming to Europe. If you've been scoffing at guitar heroes and rock bands for being too simple and too unlike the real thing, this is the game for you. Rocksmith is not about party gaming with friends. It's about laboring over riffs, getting difficult licks just right, and playing the guitar for real, not just some plastic approximation.